Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Cooking by the Book. My name is Douglas, a librarian with Baltimore County Public Library, and this is the series where I run into the collection, I grab a cookbook, we make something together, and we see if it works. I am using my favorite cookbook from 2023, Cookie School by Amanda Powell. She writes the blog, A Cookie Named Desire, and I've been working my way through it, making some really fantastic cookies. Today, we are making a cookie I've never tried before, and let's get started and see if it works. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so we would call them a whoopie pie or a gob. I have eaten millions of gobs in my lifetime. I don't think I've ever made one, so I really am excited. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix our dry ingredients. We're going to do 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm going to throw in 3 tablespoons of cocoa. And I'm going to throw in a half a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to throw in a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And finally, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. I have a half a teaspoon, so I'm just going to throw 4 in. You know, it's a little kitchen math. But once you're good at kitchen math, you start remembering, you have a half a teaspoon, you need 2. We're going to work from there. And so these are our dry ingredients. And so what I just want to do is I want to take my wire whisk and I just kind of want to make sure that these are blended. Now, for a lot of recipes for cookies, even your standard chocolate chip, the next step is always going to be creaming your ingredients together. You're going to be wanting to cream some butter with some sugar, and that is going to go into our stand mixer. I am using my paddle attachment. What you want to do is you want to bring your butter to room temperature and an egg to room temperature. We're going to need that. So I like to set it out probably 1.5 hours to 2 hours before so that it comes to room temperature. And I am using 2 sticks of butter. And I'm going to throw those in. And yes, it really did come. As you can see, it is not melted, but it is very soft. And so when we're creaming, we really want the ability of it to kind of whip a little bit. So I'm just going to give this just a little bit of a whip to kind of get it ready to add my sugar. So I'm going to use 1 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. But now I'm going to give this a mix. And this is probably going to mix for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, and while I'm doing that, let me preheat the oven to 350. So now I'm going to be adding 1 egg. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I don't use a lot of food coloring in things. I do have this, so let me just see how this goes. This seems like a lot of food coloring, but I'm just going to throw it in there. So I've added the egg, I've added vanilla, and I've added the food coloring. And now I'm going to whip this up a little bit more. Now this is supposed to make 10 sandwich cookies. So remember, for a sandwich cookie, we need a top and a bottom. So we should conceivably make 20 cookies, which we will then sandwich together. Here on Cooking by the Book, you know that I love my kitchen gadgets. I absolutely love them. And because I was making this for you today, I went out and bought a new one, and I want to show you. This is called a cookie scoop. It looks like an ice cream scoop, and it works like an ice cream scoop. It's just tiny. So I should be able to make the same sized balls each time when I use this. I've laid down a piece of parchment paper, which should be very good at creating a nice way for the cookies not to stick. And so now I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to give it a little scoop. And I'm going to drop. Oh! Scoop. And drop. Here we go. I'm going to put them in right now. These look pretty good. I think I might use a little dough, more batter the next time so that they become a little thicker and a little fluffier. They did spread out nicely. They're the right size. They did rise up in the middle. I'm going to give this about a minute before I want to try to put these onto a cooling rack. You want to make sure that they have about a minute to set, and then we will move them to the cooling rack, and then we'll work on the filling. We definitely want to let them cool all the way through before we put our filling in, because we're going to be putting a cold filling into a hot cookie, and that is going to cause the filling to melt, which we don't want to do. So we definitely want these to come to room temperature at least, or we might even want to chill them. So I could pull out my mixer again for the filling. I'm going to try to mix this by hand. I think it should be okay with a spoon. Again, I have 1 stick of butter. This is an 8-ounce tub of cream cheese, and it calls for 4 ounces. So I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, 1 cup in. Another cup in. Okay, I'm going to add about an 1/8 teaspoon or a little pinch of salt. I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of heavy cream and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then all that's left is to kind of whip this together. And now the final step is I've got 2 really wonderful cookies, the same size. I've got my filling. I think with this, I'm just going to need a regular butter knife. I don't think I'm going to need to pull out a spatula, because I am just going to add some of my filling right in the middle. Oh, look at this. And then I am just going to sandwich it right on top. And look at that. That looks like a wonderful sandwich cookie. We're going to be biting into these in a minute, but let me make my other versions, and then we will see how it tastes. To heck with 2 thumbs up, I'm giving Cookie School by Amanda Powell 5 stars. This book is fantastic. It really balances the types of cookies you can make. It starts small with easy cookies, and they build in complexity until we get to the macaron at the end, which I have not tried yet. I have made so many wonderful things, and look at these. They came out perfectly. I followed the recipe exactly the way that she had said. The cookies are they smell fantastic. They look great. The filling was easy. I put them together, and who wouldn't love these if you set them out at a party? I think that if you really want to up your cookie game and you want to learn how to make some basic cookies that everyone needs to know, there are chocolate chip cookies 3 ways. Definitely go check out Cookie School. And if you love it, buy one for yourself, because I have one on my shelf now and I'm going to continue my cookie adventure. And I hope you have a wonderful cookie adventure. And I hope you really do make some of these things. I can't wait to see what we come up with next, and we'll see you next time. Until then, happy baking.